This week, we've got some updated release dates, news on a Star Trek love letter from Seth MacFarlane, and a little holiday fun that has absolutely nothing to do with Trek. This is the Star Trek Void. Welcome back to the 18th volume of the Star Trek Void, where we try to cover a little bit of news and updates between new episodes and new Star Trek content. And I'm going to start off this one with a little holiday fun. Now, I realize this is not Star Trek. I'm not so dense that I can't tell the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars. In fact, I think I made a video early in this channel that was Star Trek versus Star Wars, but that's neither here nor there. This is a fun little Christmas decoration idea when you're just too lazy to do all of the decorations. This one is shared by My Garden Country, and as you can see, Yoda has taken out Christmas. I don't know if maybe Santa and his elves and the reindeer, maybe that was a minion. Anyway, apparently everyone has been naughty, and Yoda is playing Santa, and nobody gets to live.
I'm going to tear off your skin like wrapping paper and deck the halls with your guts.
It's a funny idea, and I just couldn't help but share it with some sci-fi nerds who I thought might appreciate it. Now, if you do any fandom holiday decorating at your house, please send me any pictures or videos that you have to my Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter accounts. It's true, I usually check the Twitter and Facebook way more often, but I'll probably find it in Instagram eventually. If I do choose to show one of your pictures, you will be mentioned on this channel in an upcoming video sometime before or on Christmas. And now, on to the rest of the video. Now, while I was at Galaxycon in Columbus, one of the big questions I was asked is what I knew about Orville in Season 4. When would it be out? And the sad news is that it really might not ever get made. The Orville could be done. According to Adrienne Pilecki, and I know I'm probably flubbing her name, it seems that the 33 episodes that we got over the past 6 years may be the only ones we will ever get of Seth MacFarlane's love letter to Star Trek. As you might know, Seth MacFarlane is a huge Star Trek fan and included Star Trek voices and themes in both Family Guy and American Dad.
Yes?
It's Smith, sir. I thought after working together all these years, you might like to hang out.
Senor Bullock, no here. Go away or I kill you.
However, Pilecki points out that while the Orville might have gained in popularity, especially in this third season, the amount of work offered the actors because of such short runs and so few episodes over such a long span of time doesn't really give them the revenue to live off of. Actors were living on saltines and Gatorade. Is pretty much par for the course, and part of the reason for so few episodes is because Seth insists on writing each episode himself. Now, in my opinion, and again, this is just my opinion, he might want to have started to recruit some talent to help him out. Could have gotten more episodes quicker and maybe even longer runs. Ultimately, the actress who plays Kelly says that while she loved the experience, it was just so much work for so little gain, and honestly, I can't blame her. Nobody wants to work so hard at something and not be able to eke out a living in the end. But I'm a firm believer in fans having power, so it's possible that if Orville fans band together and find a way to make sure that the network, Hulu in this case, knows they want more episodes, maybe they'll offer a little something more, enough for the actors to live off of. Maybe Seth will hire some extra actors. Whatever the issues are altogether, they're going to have to be resolved if we want more of the Orville. Now, my next bit of news, well, it's good news because it's about Discovery and its final season. Yeah, thanks to a newly released bit of information, we now have a month in which we know the release of Discovery will come. That new season is now due out in April, and there's even been a clip included for us to enjoy while we wait as we try to figure out what is going to happen next for our crew. Now, some things have been revealed, such as the storylines being a little more episodic, like we are getting used to with Strange New Worlds. Now, on a recent article on TrekMovie.com, some new information about the upcoming series were revealed. In this article, we find out that Sonequa, along with executive producer Michelle Paradise, they were in São Paulo, Brazil to promote the upcoming 5th final season of Discovery. And there they answered a couple of questions, giving us a little bit more information about what to expect. This season will be a lot of action, a lot of adventure, a lot of fun. We will also, as we always do in Star Trek Discovery, explore meaningful themes as well: the family on board Discovery, the community, and all those sorts of things. We did a bit of tonal shift this season while still maintaining what Discovery is, and it's a lot of fun. And Sonequa adds, it's going to be a wild ride, y'all. Now, Paradise also reveals that this season, again, they're going to be trying a more episodic adventure while still honoring that seasonal arc. This season, the nature of that serialized story allows us to have more episodic adventures. So I think people are really going to dig it. There's some very cool adventures and some really fun episodes. So it seems like they're trying to go for something a little bit more like Strange New Worlds has been giving us, a week-to-week adventure, while still trying to honor the total arc of some mysterious thing that's going on. Now, with a new season, of course, we get some new characters, and that includes a new captain and a couple of new bad guys. And Sonequa tells us that these guys are brilliant, so you can definitely expect to see some amazing performances from the three of them. They came into the family, we welcomed them with open arms, and they took off running with us as if they'd always been there. And you will love what happened with them. I feel like their story is unique, it's unique to the show, and what happens with all these characters is quite culminating. I think you will love Colum, I think you'll love Eve, and I think you'll love Elias for sure. And that's high praise for the person who's in lead of the show. And one other piece of information that they shared has to do with the fact that it is the final season and that when they were originally filming it, they didn't know that. Executive producer Michelle Paradise says, we did not know going into season 5 that it would be our final season. We found out after we were done shooting the season. So thankfully, Paramount Plus and CBS Studios gave us the ability to go back and shoot some additional scenes. So really at that point, it was about wrapping it up the best way and having it feel wonderful for all the people who love Star Trek. And we'll find out if they were able to do that. And Sonequa adds that Michelle and the team put together an addendum shoot that Paramount and CBS Studios allowed us to do. And so we went back and wrapped it up. When you see it, it's beautifully culminating, and I really believe it was satisfying. It really ties things up well. And I do apologize, my voice is coming and going, and my ability to enunciate seems to be coming and going as well. But we get the idea that at the last minute, they had to make some changes, and hopefully we'll enjoy those. Now, those are, of course, just some highlights in the article. You will be able to find a link to the full article below that covers what the information that they were able to share during the panels while in Sao Paulo. And wouldn't you know it, just as I'm editing, new information comes out through Trek Central telling us that 2 Star Trek shows are being nominated for Critic Choice Awards for 2023. Strange New Worlds for Best Drama Series and Celia Rose Gooding for Best Supporting Actress. And then we have Lower Decks, which has been nominated for Best Animated Series. Don't forget, Strange New Worlds, we won't be seeing the next season, that's season 3, until 2025. And Lower Decks, most likely the same thing. So at least we have some fantastic episodes to watch until the premieres. Now, while I did discuss last week that Prodigy will be coming to Netflix and there will be a premiere sometime in 2024 for the second season, we don't really know much more. And I did tell you that all of the characters who voiced their characters at the beginning will be coming back, but I did forget to mention that the computer will be coming back as well. Yeah, Bonnie Gordon will once again be returning as the Protostar's computer, voicing that as well as several other characters. She's joined the ranks of Majel Barrett as this multifaceted character actress coming through and fulfilling many roles other than just that voice. She had Nurse Chapel, she had Luoxana Troy, and now Bonnie herself is also voicing several characters. In the first season, she added voice to 9 different characters as well as the computer. So it'll be great to hear her return. On a personal note, Bonnie is just the sweetest. I had the chance to meet her in August at Las Vegas during the Star Trek convention there. She even sent a personalized message to my daughter, who is a huge fan of Prodigy, and just thought it was fantastic that the computer was saying her name and telling her hi and thanks for watching. Bonnie, again, also does singing, so if you get a chance, listen to some of her very interesting and unique styles. What do they call it? It's like a folk song, but it's like sci-fi folk song. Yeah, I forget the term. I'll put it up here if I remember it, or tell me in the comments because I'm having an airhead moment. Now, as I said, I was lucky enough to attend Galaxycon in Columbus, Ohio this past weekend and was extra lucky to be hanging out with Terry Matalich, Todd Stashwick, saw Jonathan Frakes, Nana Visitor, as well as Denise Crosby was there, and Terry Farrell, Brent Spiner, William Shatner, and Walter Koenig. And I was just like chilling out in the little alley where they were all, well, it wasn't an alley, but the little area where they were all set up to autograph. I was there, of course, on my mission for Letters for Legacy to get as many signatures as I can to help support the creation of this new series starring Jerry Ryan as our very own Captain 7 of 9 now of the Enterprise G. And well, I got some tidbits that I don't know if we're supposed to know, but I know. Yeah, Terry Matalis, who is just a super nice guy. So is Todd. I basically hung out in front of them the entire time, and they were super sweet. Guys, if you are hearing this, which you probably aren't, but if you are, thank you again so much for letting me talk to just about every fan who came to talk to you. But while I was there, I also went to a panel, and between those 2 days and the activities where I was in the area to hear them talking, yeah, I found out that one, they aren't really going to talk about legacy. They're not really allowed to right now. In fact, there was a moment during the panel in which one of the moderators, I believe, asked, "What about legacy?" And Terry and Jonathan Frakes kind of had a side laughing at each other. Jonathan, yeah, what about legacy? And Terry says, what? You want me to say something in front of thousands of people? They basically aren't supposed to be saying anything. So the answer to that question was, we can't tell you anything other than, and this is what Terry did say, nothing is currently in development. Which I guess means no one's working on it, but we're still thinking about it. And one of the biggest questions that I was asked while I was trying to get signatures was, did I know if Elnor would return? Evan Ivagora was also there. I forgot to mention him. He was super nice. Oh no, he was super, super nice. Everybody was really nice, but he was kind of extra nice because I got to have a chat with him at the very end of the convention. At least the time I was there, I had to leave on Saturday and the convention went through Sunday. But around 6:30, when things were winding down, Evan was there and I told him that the biggest question I was asked was he going to be on Legacy? And he was all for it. He's yes, I would be happy to do that. It sounds like a fantastic idea. I might be putting words in his mouth, but he seemed excited about the idea. And we did say something to the effect of, "Yeah, it'll keep you working. Let's do that." Yes, he wants to work. So he was very, very nice. Gave me a free autograph and let me take a picture. Offered to do a selfie, but I told him I know what I look like, and there's enough of me on. And images. I really was just excited to get a picture of him. And the even better part, not only is Evan up to doing it, but Terry, he thinks we could make that happen. I mean, it would be perfect timing. Elnor, graduate of Starfleet Academy just very recently, he's going to need a posting. And why wouldn't Rafi or Seven suggest that he join them? Kind of seems perfect, and I would really love to see that happen. What else did they say about Legacy? Well, yeah, that is kind of all they really said about Legacy that we haven't already heard. I've heard a couple of other things, but those are things I'm almost positive I'm not allowed to say. So I'm going to go with what I know I'm allowed to say, and that was it. I did also suggest to Terry that I have an idea of how we could get a deaf character and how it would work almost as seamlessly as having a blind character did. I will tell you more about that in another video, possibly, but I'm going to keep it under wraps for now just in case. And I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes in the deaf community. I'm a friend of the deaf community and have been for several years. I'm just not fluent enough in sign language to even attempt to use it while speaking here. It's a different syntax, and I know some signs, but not nearly enough to actually have a good conversation while speaking at the same time. And that was too much about me. If you would like more on Star Trek or are looking forward to more updates on what I might hear, who I might meet, who I might talk to, and what they might tell us, go ahead and subscribe now. Hit that notifications bell for future installments. As long as you all are interested in hearing, I will keep looking up information, and you can always check out any of my previous installments of The Void here. And until the next installment, I'll see you there. This week, we've got some news. No, we don't. I don't know why I keep saying that. Welcome back to in a recent post shared by the Star Trek Appreciation in the article, yeah. Oh wow, I cannot talk at all today. Yeah, Bonnie Gordon will of course, oh my goodness.